text you what you bought and your money you're supposed to pay.
Please, can we put our hands together for her? Very brilliant. You don't have any queue. So once you finish buying, you have your phone in your pockets, you get in, you scan, so you don't have to have anyone standing on the queue, wasting time and all that. Once you're done buying and you step out, you get charged without having to have contact. So, which means you don't need to touch anybody, you don't need to contract any disease or anything. You don't have to stay on the queue and waste time, and you can quickly go to where you want to go to. All right, so we'll see more of the videos, but first, let's listen to someone very brilliant who is going to be talking to us now. Sorry, can I? All right, so we have someone who is going to be speaking to us this minute. And this person is going to tell us a little something today. So the topic she's going to be talking about is something really, really interesting. But before I bring her up, let's hear a little about her. So she is a vibrant dietitian, a very vibrant dietitian, and a nutrition and dietetics. Right? As a pediatric nutritionist and a child advocate, she promotes quality education and nutrition in children with her non-profit initiative known as the Smart Kids Initiative. And this started all the way from 2018. With her digital inclusion for kids project, she trains children or kids aged 4 to 12, which many of us will fall within that range, on how to code their own games and create animation stories using Scratch, and also create content such as graphic design and video animation. Who here wouldn't want to learn how to code and create your own game? Oh, amazing. All right, so who here would also want to do some graphic designs that would look so beautiful that you can get paid for? Amazing. So if that is what every one of us here wants, ladies and gentlemen, would you put your hands together as we make welcome to take the microphone from me and speak to us on a very, very amazing topic. And the topic she's going to be talking about is Future Begins Today. Please, with a resounding hand of applause, we'll welcome our own very Mrs. Victoria Joseph.
Thank you so much, Mr. Felix. Good day, everyone. Young Techies Festival. We don't have like a response when we say Young Techies Festival. Do we have that already, Kenny? Do we have? When you say Young Techies Festival, is there a response? Like, mobilizing the next tech giant. So that's what we're going to be responding now when I say Young Techies Festival. Young Techies Festival. Okay, I need some energy, like energy. Are we tired already? Please, we can't be tired. You just came, like you're just getting started. So let's do that again. Young Techies Festival. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Put your hands together for yourself. All right, so my name is Miss Mayene Victory. You can call me Miss Victory. That's what my young people call me. And I'm the founder of Smart Kids Initiative. Some of my kids are here. Smart Kids Initiative. Awesome. So we have some smart kids here. They're from my initiative. And oh my God, they're smart, just like everyone here. So we're going to be talking about the future. How many of us are excited about this to be here, first of all? Awesome. We are all excited. I want to use this opportunity to thank the organizers, Code Ambassadors. They're doing amazing work. Please, let's put our hands together for Code Ambassadors. And please, this time around, we'll be putting our hands together for the team lead. It's not easy. His name is Somke Nemama. We know him, right? The person that talked just now. Please, let's put our hands together for him. All right, so please, is my slide ready now? Team media. I have slides, and I sent slides. Yeah. Okay, so while we're waiting for that, I'm going to be talking on the future is today. Have you heard the saying that says the future is tech? Have you heard that saying before? You've heard it before, right? So the future is tech, and that future is now. So we're going to be coining the word now. The future is tech, and the future is now. I am not left behind. Can we do that? The future is tech, and the future is now. I am not left behind. Let's do that. 1 to go. Amazing. Put those hands for yourself. Put your hands together for yourself. Okay, so is the slide up now? So we're going to be talking about the future and some tech trends. How many of us know how to code? You know how you've developed a game before? Raise up your hand. Just few hands. Wow. Oh, amazing. Interesting. You have developed a mobile app before. You're a mobile app developer. Oh, good. Just few hands. Wow. Please clap for them. So, okay. So, and you know how to use Scratch. Like you know how to create games using Scratch. Raise up your hand. A Scratch is like for everybody. I was expecting to see everybody's hand. Oh, wow. A good number. The numbers have increased. Clap for yourselves. You guys are the young techies. Amazing. So we're going to be talking about tech, the future, which is we just said now that the future is now, and we're looking at some technologies, amazing, mind-blowing things. Like we've heard of virtual reality, right? Yes, we know that. Who has used the VA and you've used it to play a game before? You have. Only a few persons. Oh, I have good news. We have them outside now. So after now, you go there and you can have that experience of wearing the virtual reality. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, so we're talking about AI. We're talking about virtual reality. We're talking about blockchain. We're talking about a lot of techie things. Some of us may have heard it before. Some of us, this is our first time. If this is your first time of coming for a tech event, raise up your hand. You've not attended any tech event before. This is your first time. Wow, so we have a lot of newcomers. Wow. This is your first time. Please, let's please jam your hands for yourself. First time of attending a tech event. Wow, this is cool. Are we excited? Yes, we're excited because, bringing all of us young techies together, and we're here talking about tech. We're building the tech ecosystem in Port Harcourt. And very soon, we'll start having, going out there to the world. We'll be positioned in the global space as kids and teens who are doing amazing things in the world of tech. And I know your name will be on that digital footprint. Okay? All right, so still waiting for my slide though. Okay, say it's coming. All right, so let's see who remembers. Young Techies Festival. Awesome. That's what we're doing. We're mobilizing the young tech giants. If you're a tech giant, raise up your hand. All of us, we are tech giants. All of us in this hall, even those outside, we're all what? Tech giant. Say, I am a tech giant. Say it with confidence. I am a tech giant. Amazing. So before now, how many of us knew how you've played a game? You've played this game that I don't know how to describe it. I wish my slide is over. I've showed you. There's this game you play that you have to use water. Okay, it's up. Oh, awesome. Amazing. Please, let me. Next slide, please. All right, so let's start with the facts and figures. Do you know that there are more than 585,000 tech companies in the US? This is just US alone. And how many of us are familiar with these logos? This is what? Wow, that's amazing. This is what? Oh, cool. This is what? Obviously. And this is awesome. So, do you know that these guys all together, they are like the top 4 tech brands. and they are collectively worth $4 trillion. Not naira, dollars. 4 of it. 4, what did I say? $4 trillion. Amazon, Apple, Google, and it's now metaverse. So metaverse, Facebook, also known as metaverse. So that's the collective name. So they are worth $1 trillion. That is a huge amount of money. I wish I did the conversion in naira. So, okay, so this was what I was trying to explain. How many of us have played this game? Do you remember this game? You remember it? You're not seeing. Who remember this game that you have to be shooting and then the thing will be coming down and then you'll be clicking very hard to shoot it? Do we still have it now? Yes. Do you still own this game? Yes. You don't own, who owns, you have it in your house now? Raise up your hand. You have it in your house now, this game. Oh. Okay. Okay, so we have, this was in the past. I mean, many of us are not using this anymore. If you're still using it, of course, it will be few hands, maybe 1 or 2. Who remembers this other game? This one, this water game that you have to make these tiny bottles enter into this stuff. You remember this game? Yes. Do you still have it now? Yes. If you have it, raise up your hand. You have it, just, okay, it's like everybody here. You have it in your house right now. I don't mean you have used it before. You have it in your house right now. Raise up your hand. Okay. All right. A telephone, yes, a landline telephone. Do you still have this? But we know this, right? Do we still have it? Of course we don't have it anymore. We don't. Most of these things are, like, let's say, 15 years ago, some of them were still in existence. Even 20 years ago, some of them were, we still had some of them around. But now, if you want to look for this, you have to go to the village or somewhere very local to even find it. I mean, you can't even find this anymore. That's to tell you that the world is fast changing. Yes, it is fast world changing. The goal of this presentation is to spur you up in the area of tech. So you see the possibilities in tech. So you narrow your career path in tech because that is the future. And the future is what? Is what? And the future is what? And you will not be left out. Next slide, please. All right, so now, tech today. Virtual reality. This is what virtual reality is. Yes. So this is simply, we are going to try this out because we have it. Those of us that have not tried it before, we will try it. One house, please. Can we be quiet? Thank you. We are smart children and we are techies. So we are tech giants, so we don't make noise. All right, so virtual reality is a technology that attempts to regenerate computer image and videos to produce real live visuals. So when you wear it, it's as if you're, how many of us watch, of course, I don't have to ask, we watch animation movies, right? So it makes you be in the movie, that kind of experience. So everything looks real to you when you put on this this virtual reality Google. It makes it look real. It's like a real experience that you're having. So it goes beyond what you use, maybe as you're trying to, an example of a virtual reality game. Next slide. Can we see this? Can we see what he's doing? This is like a car racing game. So showing how that he feels like he's driving a car actually. Some of us, who has played this before? You've played it before? Only few hands. Wow. So it feels like you are the driver. You're literally driving, but it's in VR. You're not real actually. It's a virtual world reality. So This, you need to try this out if you have not. I think they still have this in Pleasure Park. They have it, right? Yes, they have it. So you can try it out. The experience is amazing. I can't even, I wish I can start explaining it, but just imagine driving a car. Literally driving a car. You won't even, it will be very difficult for you to tell the difference. It's just that your mind will tell you, oh, this is not real. But when you start driving, you think it's actually very real. Let's go to the next trend. Next slide. New inventions. This exciting new invention presents what? Endless possibilities of how technology can shape the future for the better. We saw images of things that we had in the past, and we are looking at things that we have now. That's like a whole difference. So there's no limit to what the possibilities in tech. So another thing is, after this my presentation today, I want you to start getting ideas of what you yourself can develop to solve a problem. Okay? What you can invent to add to the tech ecosystem. So that's why we're bringing this event together. We're trying to, excite you with tech. It's not just to excite you. It's to help you to put on your thinking cap and start thinking, oh, I will not be the consumer, like Mr. Somkene said. I will not be what? The consumer. I will start what? Creating. And you start making money for yourself. We just said now that the top 4 tech brands are making how much? For what? $4 trillion US. So there is a lot of possibilities in tech. Okay? Now the next one is artificial intelligence. How many of us have heard this word before? Yes. A lot of us. Wow, that's interesting. So artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science that concerns with building of smart machines capable of performing the tasks that typically requires human intelligence. So it's just like saying, the way you as a human, you're intelligent, right? How many of us are intelligent? Obviously, all of us are intelligent. So now, computers acting doing things intelligently as humans. That's what AI is all about. Let's see an example of it before. Maybe in a movie, because we don't have it here. Yes, in the movies, you've seen a self-driving car. That is AI. Okay? So a self-driving car whereby you just tell it, okay, this is where I want to go to, and then it starts driving you there. It's amazing, right? Yes. And then, how many of us know about virtual assistants, mobile virtual assistant, where you just, Siri and even Google, yes, you just say, hello Siri, can you play me a song? And then it does. That's AI. That's the work of AI. Do you get? So our world is becoming very, very smart. We don't have to do a lot of things manually anymore. We just have to. How many of us have seen a smart house? Have you seen a smart house? You've seen a smart house whereby you come to the door and you just, when you want to enter your house, you just come in and say, door open, and the door opens. And then when you enter the house, you say, lights on, and the light turns on. Yes, that's a smart house. And that's the work of AI. And then, for those of us that chat, sometimes you'll be chatting, you thinking the person on the other end is a human being. You don't know that it's a robot answering you. Yes, most of the top brands that have messengers, they use robots. For example, like my mobile app, the bank app I use, I have a virtual assistant that helps me with my transaction. So I just say hello, and then it asks me, do you want to send money? Do you want to receive money? Do you want to make payment? And then I choose an option, and it's replying me. Before you know, I've made a transfer or recharge my phone with my WhatsApp. Yes, this is what is currently happening. So with my virtual assistant, I can just make that is the work of artificial intelligence. Next slide, please. Yeah, Internet of Things. Internet of Things. How many of us know this one? Oh, we all know it, but we don't know that it's actually Internet of Things. Let me explain. Internet of Things is how we describe the way our devices are digitally connected, our everyday physical device. How many of us have seen a smartwatch? You've seen a smartwatch? You see, you know this is, but you don't know. But we have seen an AC. Do you know that you can turn on the AC with your mobile phone? Are you seeing how these devices are connected? Now, you can turn on the AC with your mobile phone. There's a sensor in it. ACs have remotes, but there's some kind of phones that have some sensors that you can use to turn on the AC. Do you understand? That's Internet of Things. Are you getting it? Because these devices are embedded with internet connectivity sensors and other hardware that allows communication and control via the web. For example, like taken in a day. Do you understand? So how does the smartwatch connects to the phone, gives the data of how many steps to my get that? So you're seeing, let's say for example, there's a camera here. There's some kind of cameras that you can actually be using your phone to view what is happening outside. Yes, that's Internet of Things. So a lot of these devices that we use every day are interconnected together because there's some sensors embedded inside of it that makes our work very easy. It makes our lifestyle, the devices we use on our day-to-day life, makes it seamless. So they transfer the data and then it makes everything looks very smart. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next one. I think my time is almost up. Please, next slide. Blockchain. How many of us have heard the word blockchain? Okay, the hands are now fewer. Only one person. Okay, 2, 3. Okay, blockchain. You know, blockchain is a system that makes it very difficult for you to be able to change, or if maybe you're sending something, it makes it very difficult for you to change it back. Let me bring it out a very how many of us know how to send emails? You've sent an email before. Okay. When you send an email, do you go back to, the message says sent, do you go back to change what you sent to the sender? Is it possible? Is it possible? Please, if it's possible, please enlighten me. Is it possible? There's some kind of things that are encoded in such a way that when you use blockchain to send or secure a document, maybe a contract agreement, it's very impossible for you to change it back. That's what blockchain does. Do we get that? And then there's also blockchain in the cryptocurrency, which is not what I'm going to be talking about here. So the one I'm trying to explain is the one that makes it difficult for you to change or tamper with a document that has already been signed or something, or a message that has already been sent. Do you understand that? Do we get that? All right, so next slide, please. Robotics. Of course, we know this one. Who doesn't know robotics? You don't know robots? Are you serious? Robots. You have seen a robot in a movie before now, right? You have seen a robot in a movie before? Yes, we have. And more than 1 million industry right now uses robots. And in Japan, is nearly half of them in Japan uses robots. Please, next slide. Now, imagine. Now, this is an imagination. Not just imagination, it's very possible. Next slide, please. Just imagine that you have a robot that is doing your dishes in the house. All the chores. That one that your mom will say, go and wash the plates. Go and do this one. Go and sweep the ground. You have not mopped the floor. You have not done this. Just imagine you have robots doing all of that for you. And then you just sit down and be, using maybe a control, maybe your mobile phone, and telling it, okay, go here, go and get me this. Maybe when your mom says, okay, Junior, go and get me my cream in the bedroom. You send your robots, boom, 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 move this way, and it picks up the thing and go and give your mom. Isn't that going to be exciting? Isn't that amazing? So we can develop those robots. It's very possible. Yes, we can start developing those robots that can help us with our chores. Chores are brain. Like sometimes it can be very tiring. Like, do I have to wash plates all the time? Do I really have to wash my own clothes? Yes, you can start developing things that can make your life stress-free by building these what? Robots. How many of us, the essence of this is not just to excite us, okay? It's for us to start what? Having ideas, to spur us up, okay? That's a challenge. People litter the ground everywhere. So can you come up with something that can help us to have a clean and a green environment? Whereby when somebody wants to throw dirt, it will alert you. This person threw this dirt on the ground. Let's go and arrest him. So I'm just saying. So I want you to start thinking. Think of the problems you have in your surrounding. What can you develop to help solve that problem? As we using tech. Next slide, please. So we're going to be looking at the next one. Tech is equally capable of making life easier and, of course, harder. Just like everything else in this world, how we use it. So there was one advert I saw. It was raining. It was raining. Okay, yeah, it was raining, and he had something in his. He had something in his mouth. I think he went to do some kind of surgery with his mouth. So when he came to the house and he said, "Door open," it's, something with his body used key and opened the door. I was like, "What are these people trying to tell us?" So that's just by the way. So it can make our life easier and, of course, make it harder, just like everything else in the world. So we're going to be looking at the top tech careers. This is what they said, that the top 5 careers of the future are machine learning, engineering, robotics engineer, and data scientist, cloud engineer, and UI and UX designers. How many of us want to be any of this? You want to go into a career that is in tech because that is the new oil. There must be tech. Think of anything now that you want to become, and there will be no tech inside somewhere. There's absolutely nothing. You want to be a doctor. Of course, you have to. If, for example, for the oncologists right now, they use devices for their x-ray, tech devices for their x-ray. Those ones that can make you diagnose, okay, they scan your system and say, okay, there's a cancerous cell here, they identify cancer. Those are tech devices. So there's nothing, absolutely nothing that you want to do that is not tech inclusive somehow. So it's good that we have a good start by what? Starting now. The future is what? The future is what? And you will not be left behind. So launch your career in tech. You want to start with learning how learning coding. Of course, that's the basic language. Start by learning how to code. Start by learning how to program. Then you venture into machine learning or any career part of your choice, data science. Just name it. There is no limit to what you can be in the areas of tech. So, sure. Now, last slide, I guess. Are we excited? Are we learning something? Are we learning something? So why, Miss Victory? So why is tech the right industry for me? Why? Why is tech the right industry for me? Why should I choose tech? Okay, let's hear some response. Why do you want to choose a career in tech? Question time. Okay, let's hear her.
So that it will be easier for me.
Yes, it will make life easy for her. Okay, so why do you want to choose a career in tech? Let's hear you.
So it can make life easier in daily life.
All right, everyday life easy. Anybody has something? Okay. I'll come over there. I'm coming. Let me give it to him.
To make other people's job more easier and productive.
To make job easier. Let me go to this side. All right. I'm glad that we are learning. I'm glad that we are having reasons why.
It makes job more easier, faster, and better.
Awesome. Makes the job easier, faster, and better. Somebody have something very, happy.
It makes life better for you.
It makes life better. Huh?
To bring development to the world.
To bring development, yes, because we're a developing country, so we want more development. Just keep them. Last two persons.
So you don't stress yourself to wash the plates.
So you don't stress yourself to wash the plates. Okay.
It brings out new ways of doing things.
So what?
It brings out new ways of doing things.
I didn't get the...
It brings out new ways.
New ways of doing. You're being innovative. So one last person. Somebody, the people wearing blue.
I choose tech so I will not be left behind.
So that you will not be left behind. Please, a round of applause for all the people that have answered. Amazing, amazing. So you will not be left behind because the word, like we saw in the past, what we're using, and now this is what is happening. In the future, it's still going to be mind-blowing. So guys, have you learned something today? Have you learned something today? Let's look at the last slide. My last slide before I go. Last slide, please. If you want to join an ever-changing field full of new discoveries and potentials, one where you will never...
Of us don't want to wash. You don't want to wash plate again? No, me, I will not support that. We'll all wash plate. All right, so talking about things, right? So let's see. I think there's a video to operate this thing again. Okay, so we get back to home. All right, just a minute to here. And then we'll try this. All right, so while we're preparing to get the next speaker up and running, we have something. Okay, so who enjoyed the session she just led now? Our next speaker is ready. We'll be having another. She's very pleased. It also helps us to get closer globally. So we can have people around the world watching us, right? So if you see, our mummies are outside and they are watching us because of technology. And our mummies, if your television is not up, you can go to YouTube and you check for Code Ambassadors. We are live there. Everything we are doing here is being shown there. If you get to Facebook and also check for Code Ambassadors, you'll also be able to see us live now. So if you are ready, you can just join us there and see what we are doing, just in case you're not here. And if there's someone out there who wants to also join us, but unfortunately the person is unable to join us because of distance, the person can go to YouTube or Facebook and check for Code Ambassadors, and you'll be able to see everything we are doing here in this hall. So you get to see all the beautiful faces, and at the same time, you get to also learn from all of the things we are putting up here today. So with that said, we have another amazing trainer, another amazing speaker who is going to be coming up in a bit. And so she is one of us, just the way we are, the same age, but she has been at the helms of affairs when it comes to advancing what we do here today. She's based in Lagos, and she's a 16 years old software developer. How many of us are 16 years old here? Amazing. So you see, one of us is ahead of us, all right? And so she's passionate about artificial intelligence and how it can help apply to real-life problems. She is an activist for girls in STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and to introduce more young girls into the traditional male-dominated STEM field. So if you're a young girl here, you have someone who is advocating for you and also doing the tech thing. All right? And she didn't end there. She's also the co-founder of the Girls Techies, a non-profit organization aimed at connecting of women to pursue their passion in STEM field. So if you're interested in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, you are not alone. So this morning, we are going to be having to speak to us all the way from Lagos on the future and the place of girls in technology. So if you're a boy, you also learn. If you're a girl, this is up for you. So ladies and gentlemen, can we put our hands together as we make welcome Naomi Bambose? If you don't clap very well, she's not going to come up. All right. Thank you so much. Naomi Bambose, over to you. Naomi, if you can hear us, you're muted. No, unmute here so she can hear us. Unmute our own so she can hear us. All right, Naomi, thank you so much. So, Naomi, if you can hear us, it's everyone here waiting for you.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Naomi. Thank you so much. Good to have you. Please, can we put our hands together once again for Naomi as she gets to talk to us?
Okay. I'll share my.
All right, so Naomi, you can go ahead and put on your video and you can go ahead and share your slides so we can hear you. You see, she's so cute. Please celebrate her again. Thank you so much, Naomi Bambose. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, Naomi, we can see your screen. Please go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to start. Hello, everyone. My name is Naomi Bamboshe. I'm a 16-year-old developer, Scrum promoter, and co-founder of the Girls Company. It's a real honor to be here to talk about the future of girls in tech. Thank you, Program Ambassador, for having me here today. It's no secret that girls are underrepresented in tech. How underrepresented are we? Is any progress being made? And what does the future hold for girls in tech? These are the topics I'm going to be speaking on today. It's a great time to talk about girls in tech and a good time to be a girl in tech. More girls joining into the field than ever before. And you can now find female representation at every level of the industry. Yes, the outlook has improved, but there's still much more progress to be made. As you can see on my screen, statistics show that only 26% of women hold the tech-related jobs, which percentage is boys in Africa and it is lower in Nigeria. So I'm going to be talking about the factors affecting gender gap in STEM, which are the factors that perpetuate and keep gender inequality in existence. First of all, we have gender stereotypes. Gender stereotyping refers to the practice of ascribing a role to a female or a male. Tech fields are often viewed as masculine, and we also have male-dominated culture. I'm sure we all hear slang, tech bros, different tech bros, very expensive. This is because fewer women study and work in tech. These fields tend to face inflexible and culture that are not supportive to women. And we also have fewer role models and fewer role models to inspire them in this field. They limited examples of females, scientists, engineers in books, medias, and popular culture, for example, on your TV. So, a lot of us tend to think that we can only, when we say tech, it's only coding. I want to tell you today that that's very wrong. There are different areas of tech, not only coding skills. We also have things like cybersecurity skills, tech management, web friends, a lot of things. And I'm going to say ways to close the gender gap is them. First of all, by giving girls and women the skills and confidence to succeed in math and science. This is very important. And we also have encouraging girls and women to go into this field. Encouragement matters a lot. Encouragement is what makes someone want to do something over and over again. I, for example, if I'm being encouraged, I tend to want to do more and go further. And then inspiring girls with videos and podcasts featuring role models. Sometimes when we see some things that make us inspired, actually spark our interest. Which brings us to the girls' team. At the beginning, I was introduced with my organization, the Girls Techie. I'm going to start all the way from the beginning, which is my whole coding journey. My tech journey started in 2019, sorry, 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic. I was still in junior school at that time. I was supposed to write my small work, but due to coronavirus, I couldn't do so. I was at home, which was what actually made me start this type of thing. I learned a tech skill, got into a tech community, started attending hackathons. For those who don't know, events where you're given 24 to 22 hours to build a particular project. While I attended hackathons, I noticed that women, the percentage of girls to boys was very slow, was very bad. And this was where I met my co-founder, and we had a brainstorming session on what we could do, which was what brought about the Girls Techie. The Girls Techie is a non-profit females organization aimed at connecting, empowering, and inspiring the next generation of women to pursue their passion in STEM. The Girls Techie is a community. We're a movement of girls on a mission to close gender gap in STEM. Not just me, it's not just my co-founder. We are a lot of girls. We want to close the gender gap in STEM because we want a better future for us. And I just want to let you know that the future is female. Thank you.
Please, can we celebrate her? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to be having some questions for you. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm there.
Amazing. So we're going to take some few questions from you. Sorry you're unable to see our faces, but we love the face we see, and you're looking so beautiful. All right, so anyone has any questions for our own dear Naomi? You just raise your hand, and then I'll get to you so you can ask your question. Anyone? No questions? Oh, okay. You want to ask? You want to ask question? Oh, great. All right, so Naomi, it means that you're a wonderful, wonderful speaker, and that's why everybody understood everything you said. But if you have any question for us, please go ahead and ask. Someone must answer your question.
Okay, so I just want if anybody there can actually tell me if what they actually understand, if they still believe that the future is female, or can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes, we can hear you. All right, so Naomi
Okay,
is
so
asking,
will everybody like to, if with what I've said, they've actually thought twice and think they might actually follow a career or a path in STEM?
all right, so Naomi wants someone here from what she has said to tell us if you understood what she said and if you're going to follow through with a career in tech. Anyone would like to volunteer to say? Is it that we didn't understand what Naomi said? We did. And no one wants to follow Naomi, right? You want to? So someone should talk to us. Okay, so I have a hand here. So you tell us your name and which career tech you want to follow Naomi on.
My name is Simon Grace, and I want to follow up on electrical engineering. Thank you.
Okay, so Naomi, you have a fan who said she like you and would like to follow you on electrical engineering. But before we take any more response, Naomi, you have a community that you lead, right?
Yes.
Could you please tell us a bit about the community and those of us that are here, how we are able to join your community, how we can be able to join your community?
Oh, the name of my community is the Girls Techie. So we are a group of girls for the ages 10 to 18, which is actually for teenage and preteens. And we organize programs, we come together as one, as a community, to do things related to STEM, which is science, technology. We don't only do tech, we do science, we do mathematics, and engineering, as she also said. For example, this summer we're going to be organizing a summer camp where we're going to be performing science experiments online. Almost everything is physical. It's online, so which means you can actually join. And I will drop the link of our community for anybody who wants to join.
All right, so we'll really love to see the link. So maybe you can just drop it in the chat. We'll be able to take it up from there. Thank you so much, Naomi. We have someone who wants to speak to you, Naomi. Please get the microphone to her. Tell us your name and what you've learned and what you would like to follow Naomi on.
My name is Anna Hablosum, and I've learned that girls are capable of doing anything, and I want to be a software engineer.
I encourage you to go for it.
Okay. Oh, so I have another hand. You want to say something to Naomi? Oh, great.
Like what she just said now, I like it, and it's now giving me now, like, she's now adding more technology to girls, and also that girls can also be an engineer, not only males. Female can also be an engineer, and we can have our own software and other technical things.
All right, so Naomi, you were able to inspire someone, but she didn't tell us our name, so you can tell Naomi your name.
My name is Joanne Olafemi.
So, Naomi, you just got a fan, Joanne, who is very interested and has been inspired by what you said. I think I have another fan here. So you tell us your name and how Naomi's lecture has been able to impact you.
My name is Jason Olafemi. I'm inspired by what she said because I want to be a doctor and I want to study mathematics.
Awesome. She says she's inspired by what you said and she really wants to be like you when she gets to your age. Please celebrate her. That's wonderful. Oh, okay. So we're getting some feelers in the house. So we'll take the next.
My name is Omotola Blessing, and I'm really a big fan of you. I mean, this little lecture you just gave us has actually taught me that even as a girl at any age, you can break the boundaries, you understand, of studying science. I mean, you don't really need to like go to the university. I mean, you can stay at home and just, break that boundary, create something intellectual. I really thank you very much. And I would actually like to study a career, but I don't really know the name. Like, you see, this career is actually, infuse engineering into medicine, because I'm passionate about little children who are sick. You see, some of them might have these bad accidents and their body parts are removed. I would like to, infuse robotics into it and then make life easier for these little kids. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Blessing. Thank you so much. Yes, this is what I will tell you before Naomi responds. I'll tell you for free. Anything you can ever imagine, whatever you can ever imagine in your mind is possible. Blessing, did you hear me? And this goes to everyone. Anything you can ever imagine in your mind, if you put your heart to it, if you believe in yourself, if you believe that you can actually do it, there is always a space, there's always a technology, there's always an idea out there that can help you achieve it. So I want everyone to put your hand on your chest like this and repeat after me. Whatever I put my mind to, I will be able to achieve it. I have the knowledge. I have the skills. I am smart. I am intelligent. And I have the ability to achieve it. So help me God. Please put your hands together for yourself and celebrate yourself. Thank you so much, Naomi. And what do we say to Naomi? Thank you so much, Naomi. And great to have you. So, unfortunately, we would have loved to have you stick around. But if you want to stay, please do feel free to stay around. But if you have any last words for us, please go ahead before we switch to the next speaker.
Okay, so I'm really happy to inspire everyone because that's part of my dream. To all young girls there, I just want to let you know that the future is female. Go for it, have your interest, and you can do it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Naomi. And for all the ladies in the house, the future is tech, and the future is ladies. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we have another amazing trainer and amazing speaker with us. He's just jumped on the call, and he's going to be leading us on another interesting topic. He's 18 years old, so you see, he's still one of us. He's 18 years old and the founder and CEO at AfroWatch and Code Space. He's a young multitasking software developer and also an award-winning Gen Z. Oh, I like the sound to that. Okay, so he was recently awarded Best Young Developer by Google. His experience ranges from UI, UX design to blockchain. Ladies and gentlemen, please can we put a resounding round of applause as we make welcome to speak on the topic, the journey of a young co-founder, our own one and only Clinton Imaro. Please put your hands up for Clinton Imaro. So Clinton Imaro, if you can hear us, we are all ready to have you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Clinton. Please do go ahead.
Yeah, before I start, I want to say a very big thank you to the organizers of the Young Techies Festival for giving me this opportunity to speak to young ones out there, especially in Gen Zs, and talk to them more about the tech and how I started my journey and how I became a founder of two startups so far and also co-founding so many companies out there today. So let me share my screen. Sorry, 1 minute. Okay, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Hello? Can you see my screen?
Yes, Clinton, please go ahead. We can see your screen. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So, as you all know, my name is Clinton Imaro. I'm from Benin City, Edo State. And in today's in my season for today, I'm going to be talking about the journey of a young co-founder. And if you like to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at Clinton Imaro. So this is where the season begins. Get to meet me, get to know me better. So meet Clinton Imaro. I'm an 18 years old CEO and founder and CEO at AfroWatch and Code Space, which currently I'm adding the third startup to it, and I'm also one of the top 5 leading the Gen Z community. I'm a software engineer, a blockchain developer, UI designer, and so many more. So I also do like web development, web development and graphic design too. Currently working for Code Fever.be. So I know so many of you are not familiar with Code Fever. Code Fever is not a company based in Nigeria. It's a company based outside the country and Belgium to be precise. That's why you see Code Fever .be. So as an instructor, and I also work for private companies, such as I started working for Computer Checkpoint, which is also a company that doesn't base in Nigeria. I started working there, I think, about 5 days ago. So I'm also a keynote speaker, and this season made it my 100th keynote event that I'm speaking on or that I've attended. And I was also awarded in 2020 Best Young Java Developer by Google, and in 2021 I was awarded Best Young Developer from Africa by Google, which I feel that is definitely a huge task for me because I'm not just how will I put it? I'm not just representing my country, Nigeria alone, but rather I'm representing the whole of Africa. So I'm also an expert in so many things and so many other things. So first, we are going to be talking about what is a co-founder. So you all might know that okay, in a company they always have a founder and a co-founder. So what is basically a co-founder? So if a founder set up a company with other people, so those other people becomes the co-founder of that company because they put in their ideas together along with the founder of the company and made it that okay, this is how we want this company to run, and also contribute to the company. So when you are a co-founder, you have to contribute in so many ways, such as you have to contribute your knowledge and you have to contribute financially too in some aspect. So if the founder set up a company with other people, they are both founder and co-founder. So so Larry Page is not only Google founder, but also a co-founder with so many, not just this, but so many others. Why do you need a co-founder in a company? So as I said earlier, I'm the founder of two startups currently. And also without the help of my co-founder, I don't think I'll be able to achieve easy. Just me like running a full company without a co-founder that I can share my knowledge with and also ask for his or knowledge. First, what you need to ask yourself is that do you really need a co-founder? Elon become the richest person in the planet all by himself. That's a co-founder. So that is the first question you should ask yourself. Can I actually start up my own company and just run and do it all alone? Where you can try it out on your own, but it's much harder. It's much harder, sorry. So what I mean that is much harder because I'm looking at it because I was still going to school then and I have a lot to do. So and we started everything together and perfectly well. So code space is still ongoing. So later on I'm going to tell you what code space is all about, what Afrowatch is all about, and what how I started my career journey. Building a startup is hard. That I know. Like we have other speakers of other indigenous in the community who are building their own startup, such as Eniola for those of you who don't. That what you need for how it is your co-founder, how you get to find your co-founder, Zine hackathon fair for those of you who didn't event. You could get to meet so many young over can say on social media so that the co-founder so you get the opportunity to interview that co-founder is or her attribute is trying to that and see okay what is his knowledge on programming language. But I don't journey fully on team.
All right, sorry guys. We got lost for a bit, but we are getting back on. All right, so we lost our network for a bit, but Clinton will be joining us back on in a bit. So is anyone learning today? Are we learning? Really? Okay, good. I'm so glad that we're all learning, and Clinton will be back to us in
Can you hear
1
me?
minute. Yes, Clinton, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so that was when I started. Yeah, that was when I started my journey in 2017, and currently I'm co-founding about 5 companies, and also the founder
before we move on to the next speaker.
Yeah, so what I want to say basically is that it's never too late to go into the tech space. There are a lot of opportunities, like there are a lot of tech sector you can get yourself into. We have UI and UX design, we have blockchain development, we have software front end and back end developer too. So there are lots of tech sector to actually go into. So it's never too late. And my advice to parents out there is always give your children the opportunity. I thought maybe when I started, I wish I didn't get the support I needed from my parents. I don't think people out there will be hearing about Clinton, or I will even get jobs or jobs opportunity at this tender age. So always give your children the best, and always once they ask that, okay, I want to go into the tech, please support them fully. Just give them all your support, because you never know where they are going to land tomorrow. They might be the next Mark Zuckerberg. They can even be one of the richest man who has one of the biggest company in the whole world tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Clinton. Please, can we put our hands together for Clinton? And in our usual manner, what do we say to Clinton? Thank you so much, Clinton. And we particularly appreciate you for extending the advice to our mothers, our parents, our fathers that are here, our parents. So you heard it from firsthand from Clinton. Please make sure that you're supporting us. The most you can do for us is support and guide us. And of course, you never can tell. We might be the next big thing coming from Africa. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we have another amazing tech person here with us. He's been patiently on the call, waiting for this time, and we are very privileged to have him, a 17-year-old multitasking software developer. So you see, everybody speaking to us is about our age. And he's solid in blockchain, web development, mobile, and cybersecurity. All of these are his major expertise. He is an author of 4 tech books already at the age of 17. 4 textbooks. I don't even think I've even written one myself. I think I now need to write a book myself. All right, so he is also the co-founder and founder of 6 startup companies. So he has founded and co-founded about 6 tech companies. He is one of the top 100 child prodigies in the world, building a sustainable future for the world open source contributors in blockchain, web, and mobile. Ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, can we put our hands together in our usual manner, in our Young Techie Festival way? Can we celebrate as we make welcome to speak on this amazing topic? And the topic is my generation, which is you and I, the technology and the future fused into one. Please, can we give some Young Techie Festival celebration to John Oseni as he comes on to speak to us. John Oseni, can you hear me? If you can hear me, we are all eager to hear from you.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm John Oseni, and I'm a developer. So first I'm so sorry. I've been so kind of choked up with work currently. So I'll quickly just round up what I want to say. It's not going to just be more than 5 to 10 minutes. So, first, I'll be talking about my vision on technology and future. So, what brought me to where I am today is me thinking that okay, I don't just want to buy, I want to build and sell it. I don't just want to use it. I want to create something like that and give it out for people to use it and give me feedback. Something like people are buying cars today. A lot of people haven't thought of okay, you know what? I want to build cars and sell and make money. I want to do programming languages. I want to write my own programming languages and let people use it. You understand? So that was what actually changed more like my mentality in the tech space. And I would say I started writing code fully last year, and I would say my progress is actually surprising too. So I've done a lot, and by God's grace, I'm one of the top 100 child prodigies in the world today, and that has really helped me. Why? Because when you are consistent in what you're doing, you tend to achieve more. and stuff like that. I'll just keep on talking more about the tech space. Tech is not for everyone. And yeah, tech is not just about writing code. We have different aspects in tech. You can decide to be a designer in tech, an entrepreneur person, a coder, an architectural person, a content creator, or something. So it's not by force you write code. It's not everybody that needs to write code. Understand? I've been able to grow far and grow fast because God to start something big. You're not too young to start right from where you are. You understand? You can take in even what to change the world and tend to think far about the future because the future now is going to an aspect whereby we all we have our houses on the ground. I mean, everything is going to be on the air. Just think like a crazy person because crazy people rule the world today. Crazy ideas, crazy thinking, crazy people rule the world today. So even if you're thinking crazily, if people are calling you a freak or something, just know that you're about to change the world. And everybody is for the great stuff. And for communities, I think we can join Gen Z techies or coach peace and everything like Clinton said to have access to more younger people of the mind. Because the thing that will also help you grow is you joining a community. Learn to join a community. People that are going to inspire you, every people that want let you know more about tech and more about life, how you can go about it, what you can achieve. You understand? So tend to yeah, join the community of Code Space or Gen Z Techies. You can check them online. They are for young like minds like you. And remember, you can get your first job there. Even you can let them. You can drop bombs there for people to solve for you. And yeah, that's more like it. And for our generation, I believe about the Gen Z generation, and I believe we are going to change the world because the way the world is going to today is for how it was before. We learn to know how to everything. I created my school website when I was, and that actually gave me an edge. I was able to come late to school and nobody would talk. You understand that kind of stuff. So when you do something for your school, they're going to see your value and you more than any other person. So, so just learn to create something unique, something that people see as I don't think this will work out, and let it work out and shock them. You understand that kind of stuff. So that's more in the tech space. I'm so sorry I got cash up and other things. So I'll just say everybody should keep on working. Learn a lot of us still learn every day. Learn every day. Try to check out new things. Build things instead of use them. Build sell and everything like that. So and join community and help you grow. People that know more tech space. Yeah. So that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have any question for John? Oh, amazing. So, John, for some reason, we have a lot of questions for you. So, where's the microphone? We'll start with, okay, go ahead. So, when asking your question, please don't forget to tell us your name and then you go straight to your question.
Good afternoon, my name is Floyd. I want to ask what programming languages you mainly use for blockchain.
For blockchain?
Yes.
All right, so John, just in case you got a question, the question is, what major language do you, John Oseni, use for blockchain programming?
Yeah, so first, before I even go into that, blockchain has different aspects. We have the design aspect, architecture, content aspect, smart contract, and integrated. So my smart contract, I'll say I use Solidity or Viper or Rust for that. For my front end or something for the integration, I use React TypeScript on it. Yes, some other JavaScript frameworks and all. For the architecture is just more like my thinking and all. And for the design, you use Figma.
Please raise your hand so we can see you. The mic will get to you.
I'm Simon Grace by name up in basic programming.
All right, so John, the question is, what advice do you have for those who are just coming up in programming. So basically, from the
feel like, oh, like we're in competition. So you want to learn more and actually know more, do more, other stuff. You understand that kind of stuff. So join communities and you learn every day. You don't know anything at all. You have to learn every day. Software get updated every day. Learn and
All right, so the advice is make sure that you're following like minds, people who can also inspire you. And one of the easiest ways to find that is to join communities, just like the Gen Z community. So in a bit, we'll be sharing all of those details, how you can join these communities. Most of them are virtual, so where you are or where you live does not really hinder you from that. I saw a few more hands. Okay, so we'll take 1, 2. So we have a hand here. Let's try this one. We'll come back to you. So let's take that and that, then we'll come back. So we'll take her.
I'm Joanna Lafemi. I have a question to ask you. How do you start a website at a tender age?
Okay, so Joanne, how old are you again?
17.
I'm 11.
Oh, great. So Joanne is 11, and she's asking, how do you start up web development at that tender age? What advice do you have for Joanne?
So I would say I just wanted to learn more. And right before when I was younger, around 6, 7, yeah, around 6, 7, I was because I didn't know anything about programming or something, but I can repair your TV. Even if I'm young, I can repair your TV. I can repair your laptop. I can repair your touch like this. Not you can me I'll be able to repair. You understand? So my parents kind of saw that. So I think maybe when it's what you like, what you have passion for, you're going to go for. So when I started repairing stuff for people like that, okay, some the about they came ask like and they did something software and everything. If I tried me, I went into everything, I just combined everything together just to be able to do a new stuff. So I'll say it's more like have passion for what you want to do, know your goal, know your roadmap and all. So that's more like it.
Okay, so Joanne, do you remember, who remembers the name of our first speaker? No, the first speaker that spoke here, Miss Victory, right? Okay, so Miss Victory has a very nice club that you can belong to. And then you see that beautiful club there. The organizers of these events that we are having, the code. So you can start with the code ambassador. They will be able to teach you what we call scratch programming. So you can start out from there. It's a fun way of starting to develop your games, your website, and catching fun while doing that. Is that okay? So when you get out, tell mommy and daddy that you want to join Code Ambassadors. Right? Good. So we'll take the next question and we'll do something.
Hi, my name is Bright Christabel. I wanted to ask, with all pressures from parents to become something useful in future, and then with the innovation from your, let's say these people they are motivated us to do something with our lives. At a point where you get everything is right in front of you, you can do it. But then just one little mistake, you fail and realize that technology hasn't really been your thing. What advice do you have to give to us that have failed and felt like technology isn't really our thing?
All right, so John, I suppose you got that question.
So
It's up to you.
yeah, I did. What I'll say everything in life is for you. Don't let them change your mentality and say something is not for you. You can do everything. When you fail, you get it back. You understand? And I would say it's nothing I want to do. It's just for me to learn it. And when I was learning coding too, I saw it as this is not my thing. I wanted to give up, but where I am today, I do a lot. So when you determine, it's determine and desire that makes something your thing. You understand? It's okay. I want to do my thing. You understand? You have to make It's what you desire, it's what you determine to get, you get. You understand? So that's actually more like it. I would say I don't know any advice about no, maybe if you later notice things there, but I'll let you know that get it.
Okay, I'm going to ask one question. How many of us know what this is? This one. What powers the bulb? What powers this? Do we like how beautiful this place looks? If we turn off the bulbs and everything, would this place look bright? Now, do we know who founded the electricity? Anybody knows? Tell us.
Michael Faraday.
Michael Faraday. Do we agree? Do you know how Michael Faraday found electricity? Can anybody remember that story? Anyone? Oh, great. Let me cut it to the part that is very interesting. Michael Faraday tried 99 times. 99. 1, 2, 3, till 99 times. And he failed. He couldn't invent electricity. It took him the 99th time to get successful with electricity. And that is why everybody's enjoying it today. We're using it to charge our phones. We're using it to watch our televisions. We're using it to power our cameras. We have the lights and all of that. So yes, you may fail, but failure is different from failing. All right? Failing is what happens to you when you did not get it right. Failure is when you stop trying to get it right. So if you fail and you stop trying, you become a failure. But when you fail and you try again until you get it right, you only failed, you didn't become a failure. Do you agree with me? So yes, if you fail, try again. If you fail again, try again harder until you get it. All right? So don't change your style. Change your style. We want to see who is going to do it better, and that person is going to get something from me now. Get something from me now. Okay. So let's